anybody can win at any time. It's the beauty of the tournament.
It's what makes this my favorite time of year. So much volleyball, and you can see all of it all the way through the national championship match. We've got you covered on our ESPN family of networks. So here we go. The 10th seeded Florida Gators and the 7th seeded Minnesota Golden Gophers. A spot in the regional final against Louisville is on the line here in Austin, Texas.
It's game time.
Kylie Miller, who has been injured, has come back. The setter will start this off. They're going to replay it. I'm not sure what happened.
Serving for the Gophers number 14, Kylie Miller.
Mulligan to start. And here we go again. Bump set goes out to Paige Hammonds for Florida. Allie Gregory, the libero, will bump set Hammonds again. And there's the presence that Minnesota brings at the net.
Well, and you're going to see Florida work on tipping that ball over the top of the block to get the off blocker in trouble. But if they don't tip it high enough, the Minnesota block is big enough they can hang and just throw that ball back down.
Thayer Hall with the pass. Holly Carlton. But the block, the defense for Minnesota stepping up.
Early in the match, but they make a nice read. Morgan makes a fantastic move here, gets off of 1 foot and able to press that ball back in the court.
Minnesota had just a battle in the second round against Creighton. They actually had to fight off 2 match points in the 4th set by Creighton to make it here.
You want to talk about an unbelievable match. I mean, that was another one where anything absolutely could have, but didn't happen. Up and down. What a battle by Creighton. You have to give them credit for what a hard match they played.
How much do you think playing this grueling Big Ten schedule got them prepared, though, for a battle like that?
Well, for sure. I mean, it's so tough night in and night out. There's really no nights off, and it's hard to play. Every venue is packed, so you're used to it. You're just kind of getting beat up all the time, and you're used to being there.
Yeah, they finished tied for second in the Big Ten, went 17-3, which is impressive when you're playing teams like Nebraska, Wisconsin, Penn State, all those big names multiple times in a season.
That's right.
Rachel Kramer. You can't miss her on the floor, the tallest player in Florida Gator history at 6'8".
But I just, she's long, yes, of course, but I like how she gets her arm up and is available, and she gets on it and she pulls the trigger pretty quick. So while it's high, she's still fast on the ball.
Kramer helped this Florida Gators group finish tied for first in the SEC. They got a share of that SEC title, along with Kentucky, who made it to the regional semifinals. Kentucky got the automatic qualifier, though, because they beat Florida twice in the season. The SEC does not break ties in volleyball, so a share of the conference championship for Florida. And she can be so terminal.
She really can. You see that Minnesota actually has 3 blockers there on a perfect pass. They're like, okay, we know where they're going with the ball here. They start in this bunch. They all kind of jump into the seam. She's still able to hit over the top and through the block.
Too much on the pass. Point Florida.
That's a rare passing error by Cece McGraw, who's one of the best defensive players that I've seen this season.
An all Big Ten first team selection. Adana Rollins on the left side.
And Adana Rollins, just steady player. She's got tons of range. You see, you're going to watch her arm move in a lot of different directions. Her arm, her wrist, and her game just expand throughout the course of the match. A lot of different shots, and that's what makes her pretty good.
An All-American honorable mention last season. All-Region Freshman of the Year last year.
Serving for Florida, number 7,
Monterey goes to Thayer Hall. And the block has an answer for it.
Again, that's the second time Florida's looking to tip over the top of the block. Minnesota's just waiting for it. You see them here, they hang a little bit, see it, and then throw the ball back down.
Now keep in mind, as we said, Thayer Hall has not played in a match since November 30th against Texas A&M. Did not play in the first and second rounds, out with an injury, and really hasn't jumped in the 2 days of practice that we've watched.
Yeah, and that's significant. It takes a minute to get going. You see her messing around with her little knee brace there now, and finding that rhythm, find it back, find her flow, find her swing.
Paige Hammonds coming out of the back row. Miller back to Rollins. Reagan Pittman tips over the block. Lauren Dooley on the cleanup.
Any overpass, a ball that's coming over the net, you just want to be super smart with it, avoid the net, know where you are on the court. She just cracks that ball. Nice play by Dooley.
And what a nice surprise she's been. Only appeared in 11 matches last season, and here she is leading the team in blocks. 1.06 blocks per set for the sophomore. Rollins says, I'm a sophomore too. I got a little something.
I got something for you. And this is the speed. They sped up this ball a little bit more to the pins, especially with Miller back running the offense. Hard to close the block when it's fast from all over the court, not just on a perfect pass.
This Minnesota offense has fluctuated. They've been in a 6-2. They've been out of it. Then Kylie Miller got injured. She was out for 13 matches total with a concussion. So they were using Bailey McMiniman. I would imagine that would be hard as an attacker to try to find your rhythm when you're moving in and out.
It is. It's hard to find a rhythm in a 6-2 no matter what. It has to be consistent. The flow needs to be consistent. But, that, you know, the Gophers did such a nice job during the course of the season. They were winning. They were winning and
yes,
kind of battling through some things and piecing it together at times. So that's what was so impressive, I think, about them. And now, heading into the tournament, settled into this 5-1 and see if they can work on it and peak at the right time.
Miller spent 3 seasons at UCLA before transferring into Minnesota this year. They've shanked a couple.
Tell you, I like the pace on the ball with the Florida serve. They served this ball tight. I was thinking about this when I was watching them in practice. Just how aggressive they are. Ball just kind of on a rope.
Alexis Hart, that's kind of the power that she can bring on the left side.
That's what you're going to see. You're going to see a lot of that from her. She likes to hit. She likes to hit hard, and especially out of system. You see her weight. She's deep, way 14, 15 feet off the net on a ball that's off the net, so she can keep that ball in front of her and see the block.
Shot from Hart. Hammonds attacking from the back row. Look at Reagan Pittman. What a dig.
I haven't seen that all season. I saw her lay out for a pancake once. I saw her dishing balls. Watch this dig by the middle blocker. Not just a great dig, right on target. Make her run their offense.
I mean, she's added so much to her game. That's a middle.
That's a middle. That's a middle.
I love it. court with enthusiasm.
Starts off with a nice dig by Samity, just kind of balanced, not moving while she's digging this ball. Digs it straight up to Miller. Transition for a huge swing by Hart.
Holly Carlton. Rollins has to hustle over, Taylor Morgan.
Oh, that's tough. Another fantastic dig by Pittman. Hustle to save that ball, and just no communication between Miller and Samity.
Samity. And Taylor Morgan, just a little bloop over the net.
Fairhall in the right spot, digging this ball. It just goes a little bit long. Overpass. Again, Morgan smart with her feet, shuffles over to get that ball on her right shoulder. Make a nice swing.
Paige Hammonds to the corner pocket.
I love the heat by Hammond's ball. She goes after it. Every time she's swinging high and deep and hard. Able to score in that back third of the court.
Paige Hammonds has been one of those players that whatever Florida needs, she will do it. Oh, I can still see the steam coming off the court from where that hit from Taylor Morgan landed.
Perfect pass, another perfect pass. This is what helps the Minnesota balanced attack. Handling the ball well so they can set the middles and the pins whenever they want.
It has just been back and forth this whole opening first set. We've only had 3 total errors. No unforced errors. The placement on that by Paige Hammonds, wow.
She heads into that cross court and just keeps on rolling with it. You see her with a sharp, she even leaves the screen. You can't even see her. Step close, keeps going with it. Hard 4-4. No one's home.
Mary Wise recruited Paige Hammonds for that swing, for her arm. And when she got to Florida, Coach Wise told us she's the best freshman passer I've ever had. It was a great surprise.
Minnesota again with another miscommunication there. A nice cover. They just have to continue to work on being consistent with what they're doing, communicating wise.
Hello, Florida block. 6'8" is a pretty big.
Nice play by Montserrat. Heads up play by the setter. High off the block. She's smart with it and just kind of throws it down, gets fired up.
I got to see Florida in person really early on in the season against Stanford. And the decision-making for Marley Montserrat was just not there quite yet. And Florida didn't have their offense going. And it's going now.
It is going. I love how she distributes the ball. She moves it around. It's definitely developed over time, and she's playing it at an extremely high level.
And here comes Thayer Hall. Don't worry about my knee, it's fine.
Big swing by Hall. This is what she does. This is what she provides for the team. Just fantastic vision. It's not a perfect set. She's off the net. She can still score.
Look at Florida go. A 5-1 run forces Minnesota to call timeout. This Florida Gators group, they were really tested early on. We mentioned they played Minnesota back on September 7th. They also were tested by Stanford. RPI is at 7. Hitting percentage pretty solid, 7th in the nation.
Yeah, I mean, they have done what they needed to do. And we talk about this all the time, how important scheduling in the non-conference is. You want to play tough teams. You want to learn a lot about yourself. That's what they did, and they were able to continue to grow and get better because you learn about your weaknesses. So earn their RPI. They've done a fantastic job in season. This is the team. This is pretty dangerous team that I think a lot of people weren't giving enough credit to early on in the season.
Yeah, they've played a lot of top 25 teams this season, and that experience pays off. Here's their schedule. I mean, look at the names on there. Stanford, Louisville, who is a regional final team, we can say.
Yeah, they are.
Kentucky, Missouri. They played Kentucky twice. They lost both of those, but they both went to 5 sets. And yeah, they're paid. That's paying off because they were tested. They went and finished tied for first in the SEC. They get a top 10 seed. Then, you know, in the tournament, we have a team like Pitt, who didn't play the toughest non-conference schedule. Their conference schedule really didn't help them out. They only lost one match. It was to Penn State, but they didn't get a top 4 seed because of scheduling.
And that's it. And that's the difference. And people don't understand. There's so many factors involved, but that's part of it. That's part of the equation. It prepares you, and it puts you in a good spot.
Minnesota just has to play in the Big Ten, so no big deal. Thayer Hall now a 6-1 run for Florida.
Powering that ball through the block.
You know, if there was a way she could play today, she was going to do it, so I'm not surprised.
Oh,
I
for
mean,
sure.
She wants to be here in this regional semifinal.
Yeah, I pretty much had no doubt, no matter what, but it is nice to see that she's cleared and able to play.
The last season as a freshman at Florida just came in and they asked a lot of her. They wanted her to be a 6 rotation outside hitter, and that is a lot to ask of a freshman. She ended up missing 7 matches with a back injury. If not, she probably would have been SEC Freshman of the Year. And even with that injury, she took a lot of the offseason off. She did not jump from January to May to heal that back. And look at her number improvement this season.
That's unbelievable. That's a long time to not be playing. And the dedication and the commitment it takes to come back from that, and the focus, the maturity is huge. It's so impressive to see those numbers.
Stephanie Samony flew out of the back row.
We talked about this before. This is what Minnesota needs. They need Samony to have a big night along with her balance. They need to be able to rely on her when it's time for a big swing and a big kill.
That's just her first kill. They send it out to Alexis Hart. Megan Pittman into the block. Miller will bump set Hart. Oh, what a great rally and a great swing.
Man, you're asking a lot from these outside hitters. The ball's kind of all over the place. Just popping it up left and right. Out of system swings. That's what's going on right now with.
Thayer Hall again. Hart. Just a lucky up. Oh, Minnesota in the net.
There's some big swings on both sides of the net, but I like how the block touch is involved. They're not just stuffing balls right now, but both sides of the net, slowing balls down, allowing the defense to play, transition back.
Yeah, there's so many times the block affects the rally so much, but you don't see it show up on the stat sheet.
Exactly.
Now serving for Minnesota, number 21, Reagan Pittman.
You're going to see in this rotation, Carlton's going to just sprint all the way across the court to hit this back set. She likes to get the ball to her. They can disrupt it with a serve, but sometimes she just gets by it.
Oh, and Allie Gregory just had to dive forward. Couldn't quite get there. It's an ace for Reagan Pittman.
And a fantastic serve right in the line where Carleton's going, where they're trying to pass the ball.
5-1 run by Minnesota, looking to tie it. Hall gets a nice swing.
Pittman almost comes up with it.
Yeah, she
almost
does.
comes up with it.
I love her game. Reagan Pittman, she is tough. Playing to 25, you have to win by 2.
Man, Hart getting that ball just off the top of the tape. A bump set from way off the net by McGraw. Still going hard. I tell you, Hart likes to go hard, man.
She's afraid of no challenge.
I respect it.
Played middle and club, and here she is as an outside.
Big swing by Carleton. I love her range. She's gotten better over the course of the season as well. Watching her hit earlier on, a lot more seam cross court. Now she's got a lot of range down the line.
You know, her first 2 seasons were at North Carolina, and she was hitting, playing right side, and setting. So it's a different role that she's had to find herself in at Florida, where she doesn't have those setting duties.
That's right. And sometimes it helps. It helps you just focus on one, and now I can get better at this, and that's what we're seeing for sure.
Minnesota calls timeout. Florida 2 points away from taking the opening set. Winner of this match is going to move on to the regional final to take on Louisville, who is celebrating somewhere right now, right, in Austin? I mean, you've got...
She is just so fast and explosive off the floor. I love it. She's just always available, ready to be set. Those perfect passes, of course, allowed to happen more easily, but I just love the speed of Taylor Morgan in the middle.
Rachel Kramer on the slide. She has worked so hard on adding that element to her game.
She's hitting at a high level. 6 kills now, 0 arrows, hitting 750. And it's nice to see her expand the variety of sets, her game, and the ability to play at a high level.
Oh, and they're going to say Thayer Hall was in front of the 3-meter line when she started that attack. Still set point for Florida.
Yeah, it looks like she just got her toe on the line. You can jump from behind the 10-foot line and land in front of the 10-foot line, but you cannot, the 3-meter line, excuse me, you cannot step on it or in front as you're attacking.
Donna Rollins. Minnesota has some explosive pieces.
They do. Now Florida got themselves in a little bit of trouble sending a free ball over the net, and they're able to run this fast ball to the pin, and Monterey's not even able to get back there to block.
Yeah, so Florida is going to call timeout because while it is still set point, Minnesota is right on the Gators' heels.
They're right there, and they have the momentum, a little bit of momentum, a couple of points. You know, of course, Mary Wise wants to slow things down, talk about it a little bit. Hey, you know, settle the team down, be smart with what they're doing coming out of this timeout, because she knows very well it's far from over.
This is kind of what we expected from these two teams, just looking at the stat sheet alone, because their numbers coming into this match were so similar. I actually had to double check to make sure I was looking at a different team.
I know, it's kind of incredible looking at kills per set, hitting percentage, they're about even, blocks, I mean, it's really kind of crazy, you're right. Evenly matched team on paper, and I would say physically as well. You know, they both have...
Cool 6'67". What a weapon to have for the Florida Gators.
It's really unbelievable.
On the dance floor. Just kidding. And that first set was so evenly matched. The teams were both played clean volleyball in that first set.
They really did. Hitting over 300, both teams, 15 and 16 digs apiece. That's about the match that we expected.
Only 2 unforced errors in that first set combined. And there's a long swing from Paige Hammonds. Hammonds gets another shot, and she's blocked. Block number 5 for the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
Taylor Morgan is fired up. We watched her kind of shift to the right side on that pass that's off the net, so she's already in place, ready to close the block.
And an ace for Kylie Miller.
Got that lucky roll off the top of the tape, my least favorite play in volleyball. But it's okay, it is what it is.
4 straight points for Minnesota. Oh, there's a collision. Alexis Hart and CeCe McGraw tumble over each other. And Taylor Morgan just keeps the fire going.
Looks like everybody's okay.
Mary Wise is going to have to call timeout. 5 straight for Minnesota. Golden Gophers feeling it in the second set.
I'm still here, I'm fighting, I'm not losing. But I gotta amend that. When you die, that does not mean that you lose to cancer. You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and in the manner in which you live.
Please join ESPN and the V Foundation in the fight against cancer. You can visit v.org/donate. All donations benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research. Florida took the opening set from Minnesota, and now the Golden Gophers are having something to say about that here in the second set. 5 straight points to start. Finally, the Gators on the board. Holly Carlton.
Nice swing by Carlton going cross court after she already went lines. You see them kicking all the way, a little bit more out to the pin, but she finds some space to work with inside the block.
Good up from CeCe McGraw. Man, McGraw was so good in that rally.
Well, that's it. She's in the right spot, reading off the block. You'll see her inside the block here, laying out for this big dig, and then coming around again with a huge one down the line. Keep the Gophers alive.
Free ball coming to Florida. Kramer. Kill number 8.
That's what happens on a free ball. And again, with her length and her speed, it's hard to stop her, even if you know that's where the ball's going to go. See Morgan's here. Rollins kind of pulls off the net a little bit, not expecting it.
And then Florida follows it up with an ace.
This is one of those mid-zone serves. It's not a short serve, but it's just a ball that's flat and drops in the center of the court. It's hard to perfect one of those serves. When you can, it's pretty deadly.
Donna Rollins. I feel like every time Minnesota gets a kill, I'm calling somebody else's name.
That's exactly right. Yeah, we'll just go back to all that balance. They're a little bit off the net here, forced to set her, but a smart swing by Rollins. Just chopping that ball at about 75% to the deep corner.
Short serve coming from McGraw. That's raised, going to go to Kramer off of 1 foot.
She is on fire right now. Anytime there's a ball she can possibly get to her, she's going to fling it back there to her.
That timing between Marley Monserrat's set and Rachel Kramer on the slide is so much better than it was when I saw them at the beginning of the season against Stanford.
And Rollins coming through with a big swing. A lot of heat from that swing for her.
Overpass. Oh, Pittman barely made contact with that.
Pretty. She's so smart. It's ridiculous. This is like, they run this slide. She just hits a little roll shot. Who hits a roll shot on a slide? Nobody, except for Regan Pittman.
She can do whatever she wants, Selena. She's a good volleyball player.
Thayer Hall coming right back with that. Again, she knows that it's really left side off blocker's responsibility. You're going to see Adana Rollins come across because Samity's responsibility really is that deep ball. They're trying to get him in trouble there, and it works.
Diving serve by Chanel Hargraves. The Florida block. Third time tonight.
Walks in a nice position out of system. Rollins might want to think again about this ball that's falling into the net where she has no room and can't really see the block in front of her. A little smarter with that swing.
That one's wide.
Rollins trying to move the ball around a little bit. Needs to steady out here. Just keep the ball in play for a couple of swings and get back into rhythm.
There's an ace for Chanel Hargraves. 4 points in a row for Florida.
Well, this is the tough part in this rotation. If they can't get the ball to Pittman, they still can set Samity out of the back row. But if it's not even a pass up in the air, it's hard to run your offense. There it is.
Boom goes Pittman.
That's the ball they need. This is the timing. And man, if you can get Pittman the ball when it's time to get a point, she is gonna unload on it.
Hammonds. All wanted a touch. They say no, it's going to Minnesota.
She was winding up for that one, going big or going home. Just missed the top of the hands.
Thayer Hall is getting set a lot.
Pittman ends that play, just surrounding this ball here. Watch her hands finish into the middle of the court over the net. Looks like Sokolowski's in, giving Hall a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, Mia Sokolowski, number 9 in the blue jersey. There she is, and hits the antenna. Sokolowski was the one they called on in the first 2 rounds to help out against UCF. 6 kills, only hit 105.
It's a tough rotation for them. If they can't get, if Dooley's not going to really get set behind, Minnesota blocks, knows where she's going to be. And might set Hammonds out of the back row to get a kill.
5 straight points from Minnesota forces Florida to call a timeout. Minnesota's had that balanced offense, but to go with it, their block has been great. 6 blocks.
It really has. They've done a nice job.
Donna Rollins keeping it moving. Sokolowski is blocked.
Then you go back to this perfect pass. You'll see Hart is just waiting on Dooley. They can push down, and that leaves Pittman to release and just get to the outside.
Free ball to Florida. What will Monterey do with it? Goes to Lauren Dooley. Finally.
Nice swing by Dooley. You'll see Pittman waiting for her here, Hart and Pittman, but she's able to see the block and cut it to the right back to score.
Regan Pittman is unstoppable right now. 4 kills.
The monster swing on a perfect set. The ball timing gets all the way to the pin, and you're going to see Sokolowski just drop that left hand and get hit off of that outside edge of her arm.
All 4 of her kills have been in this second set. Gregory with the acrobatics.
Big play by Gregory. Wasn't sure where this ball was going to go, and I love she just flies around the court. She's going in one direction. She changes directions, just dives all over the court.
Jenny Rowland might want to see if she wants to pull her over to the Florida gymnastics team after that one. Allie Gregory has been such a great story because she's waited her turn, playing behind CK, Caroline Knob, who was an outstanding libero, and is now in that libero jersey for Florida.
Florida again looking for that tip over the top of the block, and the Minnesota block just kind of hanging, waiting for it, throws it back down. Might be the 3rd or 4th one already this evening.
Lauren Dooley with a little bit of power on it.
Man, it's been nice to see her. She's getting set more and more. In the last few weeks of the season, she's up and available. Gets that arm going. She gets it going fast.
An ace for Allie Gregory. Hugh McCutcheon does not pull the challenge card. Bumps that Hart.
I just love her out of system. I just am amazed at how she can hit the court from as far off the net as she is or where the ball is even coming from. She just does such a nice job of keeping the ball in front of her to see the entire court.
You know, in that last match with Texas, we were talking about Micaiah White and how she has all the tools and the decision-making is so good. We're seeing that from Alexis Hart.
Seeing the same thing. And if Minnesota's not stuffing a ball, they're getting a good block touch. This ball allows McGraw just to come in there and lay it up there like a free ball.
Paige Hammonds sails it. Minnesota at 20 points.
And Minnesota doing a nice job mixing up their serve. They're serving some short, trying to get Hall on the floor, get Kramer out of the equation, anything they can to disrupt the offense right now.
And they are definitely doing that, hitting negative 0.67. After the Gators hit 326 in the opening set. Allie Gregory again lays out for it, but it goes out of bounds.
Man, a nice play coming all the way across the court by Stephanie Samity. And Rollins is able to transition with a beautiful place shot from the cross court.
4-0 run for the Gophers. Off of the Florida block, it's like a weapon for Minnesota.
It is. I mean, that's smart. Stephanie Samity right now is just looking at the block. Am I going to skip high hands? Am I going to tool out of bounds? Doing a nice job, just not crushing the ball, but being really smart with it.
Minnesota 2 points away from tying up this match.
It's another turn of events. Every match has been just kind of crazy.
Mary Wise sends in Paula Sarame to take the place of Thayer Hall in the back row. Huge up. Again, Rachel Kilkelly. Man, Kramer ends it, but Kilkelly was fantastic.
Unbelievable digs by Kilkelly. Making some huge plays. Keeping this ball alive, saving it. And then Kramer ends it with authority.
Oh, Kilkelly just pulled back in time to let that one sail long. It is set point Minnesota.
Set point, Minnesota.
We'll see on a perfect pass if they send two with Rachel Kramer, send two blockers with Rachel Kramer.
Another kill for Kramer. She's at 11.
Actually, a nice touch off the top of the block. So Kelly's got to run that ball down. Plenty of time to do that, but an unbelievable job by Kramer.
Thayer Hall subs back in the front row for Florida. Set point Minnesota. How fitting is it that it's Reagan Pittman who has had now all five of her kills in the second set? Minnesota ending it on an 8-2 run. They just dominated Florida here in the second set.
A little bit better, and they'll be able to get back in a rhythm with their offense.
So we will at least play 4 sets here. Winner of our match moves on to the regional final to take on Louisville, who, if you're just joining us, upset Texas.
Unbelievable match.
It was amazing. Florida starts out with a kill. That's a good sign to get back on track. Holly Carlton getting the job done. Samity busting up the Florida block.
I like this little play they run with Samity now. It's a back two, kind of just a little bit closer to the setter, not all the way out there to the pin. So they're not forcing her to run all the way across the court in rotation one. They just want to, hey, we'll just lay it back right behind my head and she can still score.
Kramer, a little too far, had to reach back for it.
And that was a result of a short serve. Again, clogging her up a little bit, forcing her off the net, forcing Monserrat to be a little bit out of position, unable to connect.
Hey, that's her first error in 16 swings. She has 11 kills. There, Hall.
And Florida being smart with Hall, bringing her in and out, saving her a little bit, knowing that they need her to score at the net, get some big swings for them, and then taking her in and out to be smart with her body.
Yeah, Thayer Hall did not play in the first and second rounds with an undisclosed injury. This is the first time all season we're seeing her wear this big knee brace on her left knee. Ooh, I like that swing from Adana Rollins.
Smart, nice high swing. It's a scramble play here. A fantastic job by her when things aren't lined up perfectly.
Shout out to Stephanie Samity for the set on that.
Right.
Service error just a little too short for Minnesota.
Back in for Florida, 28, Hargrave, Semifinal, and Dooley. Hargrave, serving.
Florida in the net. And Florida has Mia Sokolowski in there, and Paige Hammond's not on the floor. Hammond's hitting in the negative right now.
Yeah, she's struggling a little bit, so it makes sense. And it's nice that she has some options. She can give her a breather, bring Mia Sokolowski in, and kind of rotate those guys around.
Lauren Dooley is so good at camping out at the net, waiting for a mistake.
That's exactly right. She kind of just cleans it all up. She cleans up all the garbage there, waits for it, throws the ball back down, overpasses, and moves it around. She doesn't hit it straight down right to where McGraw is. She sees the defense and moves the ball around.
No touch.
Rollins looks like she's going for hands and misses just long.
It's long from Carlton.
It's a nice out-of-system set to Carlton. She just got a little too sharp.
That first set was just like this, so back and forth between these two teams. Florida won it, but then the second set was all Minnesota. Sokolowski using the block.
And her teammates are fired up right now. Coming in, doing her job, getting a big swing. Scoring off the edge of the block. Look how fired up her teammates are.
So Sokolowski rotates out. Paige Hammonds comes back in her spot. Ooh, Reagan Pittman. Love it.
Pittman just going off the top of the block. Watch this ball. They just have the layup there, so she hits it off 2 feet. Just like a 2-ball, but still has the vision to be able to see the block and skip it out of bounds.
on Thayer Hall. There's a lot of energy on the Florida side right now.
There is, and what I love about Hall, she has to handle the ball. She passes it, puts the ball on the money, swing to attack with a monster swing. She can really do it all. And that's why she's in there. That's why they rely on her so much.
Allie Gregory with another ace. Florida has 6 aces. Alexis Hart, roll shot. Gregory sets up Carlton. Oh, the hustle.
Minnesota doing everything they can to keep this ball alive, but Carlton's swing here in the sharp cross court. Samity unable to come up with that third ball. Those are some big swings.
I do not want to try to dig that.
No, you don't. And look how fast this ball is to the pin. Hold the block and fire it out there fast to Hart. She gets on it quick.
Carlton off the block. Florida's offense is flowing so much better in this set than it did in the second set.
It is. They're handling the ball well, but I like what Monserrat is doing. She's moving it around, getting herself in a good position, and not just setting the safe set, running away from the play, setting behind her a little bit, forcing some things, and putting up a nice ball.
Comes Thayer Hall. CeCe McGraw says nope. Samity, Florida in the net.
And some big swings and some even bigger digs on both sides. Unfortunate net call on the Florida side.
I think there were at least three different people on Minnesota's side that set a ball with their hands on that last rally.
That's an excellent point. I've seen them train it, I've seen them do it in practice. He's big on having everyone be able to set a second ball. Smart play here by Monserrat. Goes up with both hands, which makes it a little bit tougher to read for a middle blocker to read. Throws the ball down. Smart time to do it.
Miller very quickly to Taylor Morgan.
And Minnesota handling the ball well right now. Perfect pass in there to Miller. And I like Morgan sees the block and cuts it just around it.
Gregory bump sets Sokolowski. Reagan Pittman.
Man, if you get an out-of-system swing and Pittman's on the other side of the net, do not go hard in the cross court. She's going to get you every time.
Well, that's her 5th block. Just out there doing her thing. 6 kills, 5 blocks, 2 digs, an ace.
Playing a lot of volleyball.
It's your average middle. Sokolowski has looked solid.
She has. She's taking some nice swings. Smart with where she's going with the ball. This is because it's a perfect pass. Look at Pittman kind of shade towards Kramer. Causes a slight delay in her ability to close the block. And Sokolowski can hit off of the inside hand.
Kramer with a huge dig. The Florida bench just lost their minds. Riley Fisher lays out for it. Pittman finishes it.
Love to see Kramer with that dig in the right back. Huge dig. Florida just flying around. And Pittman coming through, seeing the defense.
Sokolowski just moments ago was hitting in the negative. 3 kills now for her.
And that's the tip they've been wanting to execute this match. Over the top of the block, force Rollins to come in, force Samity to come up the line, and no one's able to get that ball.
All 3 of Sokolowski's kills here in this set. A rare miss, long for Reagan Pittman.
Timing looked just a little bit off. She was hanging a little bit in the air. Still wanting to take a big swing. Just missed wide.
Was there a touch?
They're pretty adamant about it.
Yeah, but Hugh McCutcheon has already grabbed the green challenge card. He immediately went after it. First time we've seen a challenge in this match. Each team gets 3 challenges. If we go to a 5th set, they would both get an additional challenge. Looking for a touch on this. Oh, yeah. Well, they spend a lot of time on serving, and they get the radar gun out. Yep. They're clocking serves. It's not just how fast or hard you serve it, it's your placement. I mean, it's all the spin on it. It's not just about the aces.
That's right. It's about the movement on the ball. It's about how it's coming over the top of the tape, where you're putting it, and you're exactly right.
Florida is on a 5-0 run. Biggest match of the season, the regional semifinals. Louisville has already made its way, its very first appearance in the regional final. Who will they face, Minnesota or Florida? That match will be tomorrow at 8 Eastern. Danny Busboom Kelly up there in the rafters watching this one because her team's got to get ready, like you said, back to work.
That's it. It's back to work. They're scouting, got themselves some food. It looks like a little Chipotle up there, maybe.
Bring us some.
But they're watching, doing their rotations, scouting, getting prepared for tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a quick turnaround. It'll be 8 Eastern. I feel like there's been a couple of, definitely Texas losing has been the biggest surprise of this tournament. I really thought Kentucky had a chance to move on to the regional final against Washington.
No, that's fair. I did too. I wasn't expecting that. Didn't have a chance to see it. So, be interested to watch the replay, but.
And after this match, we're not done. Over on ESPNU at 11 Eastern is when you'll get to see Stanford in action. That'll be the last sight to get things going.
Utah played them tough earlier in the season, and it's gonna be a good match.
Look at Mia Sokolowski.
And coming up big for the Gators right now in every part of the game. She kicks out, drops back into the court, knows exactly where Pittman's gonna hit the ball.
So Minnesota has made a substitution. ID Miyabe, number 8 in the white jersey, has come in. And they've also brought in a different setter in Bailey McMiniman, number 13 in the white jersey. Now, McMiniman has run this team before. Remember, Kylie Miller, their starting setter tonight, missed 13 matches because of a concussion, and then it became Bailey McMiniman's offense.
So they're just going to try to up their blocking, change some things a little bit here with what they've been doing.
Oh, and I think there might have been a double on that.
I mean, it was a questionable set for sure.
First time that we've seen McMiniman in the match for Minnesota tonight. Set to Miyabe. Thayer Hall, Minnesota in the net. As Thayer Hall crushed it to the corner.
Big swing by Hall. That's what she does best. Winds up the cannon and unleashes.
Man, so I guess it's Minnesota's turn to have the offensive struggles. We've seen Florida struggle. They dropped the second set 25-14. And they've
gotten better at it over the course of the season. It's something they can count on a perfect pass.
You know, we've been talking about big weapons in this tournament. Rachel Kramer, definitely one of those weapons. Well, Cincinnati has a weapon in Jordan Thompson.
They do indeed.
They took the first set from Penn State right now over in the Stanford Regional. They're in action.
There you go.
Crazy.
We'll see how that one plays out.
Yeah, so Cincinnati leading Penn State by a set. Stanford and Utah still to come at 11 Eastern over on ESPNU to wrap up our day of regional semifinal coverage. We're going to have coverage for you from today all the way through the national championship match next week in Pittsburgh. In slides in Gregory. Paige Hammonds out of the back row.
Florida takes advantage. Couple of tight sets on the Minnesota side, and they're unable to get to any clean swings. Hart's tipping a lot of balls. She has to force the ball over the net. And Florida easily converts with Hammonds out of the back row.
So Minnesota makes a substitution. Samity and Miller back in the match. Touched by Florida, point for the Gophers.
Nice big swing by Hart. Again, out of system, she cleans up a lot of stuff out there. Not just keeping balls in play, but scoring.
Florida has done a much better job using the block as the match has moved on.
They have, and you see Hart's hands are just facing outside the court. She needs to turn that left hand back into the court. She's over there, she's pressing over and expects it. Turn that hand in, she's gonna get a stuff.
I mean, Minnesota has 9 blocks in this match already. Taylor Morgan kills it. Thayer Hall. Powered right at CeCe McGraw.
Man, can't even handle it. So much power behind this swing. Watch her just wind up here. Big old swing into the cross court.
Set point, Florida. Riley Fisher lays out. Back-to-back Thayer Hall.
And why not?
Thayer Hall gets 1 kill And she's got to get one in the back row, too, to seal it. Florida has taken a 2-1 lead in the match. Florida is a set away from a spot in the regional final to face Louisville. Mary Wise is in her 29th season as Florida's head coach.
Coaches there are in the tournament. There were. The Hawaii sub-regional was all female coaches. A&M. Like, it was pretty crazy. Would be kind of neat to see these two face off in the regional final.
Florida still has to get through this fourth set. Because you know Minnesota's not going down without a fight.
Nope.
Like that, Taylor Morgan. The first set in this match was so even between the two teams. Hardly any errors. Great volleyball. They both hit over 300. Then Florida tanked in the second set. Then Minnesota tanked in the third set. So who knows what's going to happen in the fourth set?
You never know what's going to happen. But it's like we said before, they've both been here. No one seems rattled. You wouldn't know if you were just looking at both teams what's even happened up until this point. They're going to both keep battling, going at it, and we'll see what happens here.
Minnesota has to win to force a fifth set. Long swing from Taylor Morgan.
Yeah, I think she may have had a little indecision. It was that second ball. She may have thought about setting, and then she jumped a little early and hit that ball out of bounds. Tough play.
Off the Florida block.
You know, Florida's really been working Rollins here with the serve, and she hasn't been passing perfectly. It's been high, off the net. But it doesn't matter when you have Alexis Hart out there just blasting off the block and able to score out of system.
Little traffic on the Florida side, but Thayer Hall doesn't mind.
And then that's exactly what Minnesota was trying to do. So you'd like to see Taylor Morgan already be out there, hanging out, camped out on Thayer Hall, because Rachel Kramer was completely out of the play.
Thayer Hall has looked pretty solid today. 11 kills, hitting 241, 6 digs. Did not play in the first and second rounds with an injury.
She's not playing like she's in, that's for sure. Jumping well, a lot of heat. And of course, Taylor Morgan coming back. They just lay this up there, not even a fast one ball. Now they're just setting like a 1.5, hanging it up there for her to just see where the court is and hit over the top.
She rotates out. Mia Sokolowski flipped a switch in the third set.
She's playing well. I mean, she's moving the ball around. She has good vision. This is a long outside hitter. You see her arm when she goes back to swing. Reaches high, top of her reach.
Kramer with the service error.
serving.
And you know, no matter what Thayer Hall is given, she can take care of it.
Well, and that's the thing. You'll see she doesn't even get a full approach. She's just kind of standing there. She passes this ball. It's not a great pass. She's standing here. Step close. I'm going to get a kill.
Oh, great decision. Kylie Miller getting aggressive.
And the reason this dump works is she waits to the last minute. The ball's being passed. She's kind of just hanging out. Like she's going to set it. Hands go up. Last minute. Flings that ball down.
An ace for Adana Rollins.
Thayer Hall definitely trying to take some of that court away from Sokolowski. So if you're able to thread that needle down there, force Hall to move to her left and get Sokolowski out of there, you're going to have some success, just like she did in the last ball.
They go back at her. Results in an overpass. Pittman on the slide. Money.
That's a perfect serving strategy right there. That's exactly what they wanted to have happen.
And it's number 7 back at the court.
So now they bring Hammonds back in. See if they can free up the passing a little bit more.
Not on that one. Free ball to Minnesota. Alexis Hart, well wide.
Yeah, I think that ball was a little fast and a little low for her. So kind of a wild swing there. Maybe she could have cut it off. A little miscue from the setter to Hart. Wow. What a pass by McGraw. Holy cow. She was flying across the court, just trying to take up some space. See, this ball moves and drops. She makes a perfect pass. Pittman, once again.
Look at the dig from Pittman. Thayer Hall tips. Oh, and they get Minnesota in the net.
Huh. Yeah, she's not complaining. She knows it. Yeah. Right on top of the table.
From Samity, blocked.
Timing a little bit off on that set, and Gators are there in a solid position, ready to block the ball.
Stephanie Samity's been a little bit quiet. 5 kills. She's had 13 digs. Much better on that one.
That's the ball. That's the ball Hart needs. Look at that job at the net. But of course, Florida with the aces as well.
Only 2 service errors for Minnesota, too, and now 76 serves.
Nice save by Monserrat there at the net. Tight pass. She goes up there. Sets Kramer and just throws it down.
There's Stephanie Samity, number 6 for her.
There's that back 2 again. She runs over there just on the other side of the net. Nice little step pose. Doesn't have to go too far. Cuts that ball across her body.
This season has been really interesting for Stephanie Samity because Minnesota was in and out of the 6-2, and they did a lot of different things. So for the first time, she was in a situation where in order to help the team, she needed to play less.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe it's just me, but I just really feel like when she's on the court the whole time, she has a feel, she has a flow, she's better offensively. That's just my perspective.
And she has 14 digs tonight. She's working. And helping Taylor Morgan get up there to block.
Couple of big blocks back-to-back by Minnesota. And you see Morgan's already over there, waiting for the out-of-system set, and Hall just goes right into her.
7 blocks for Taylor Morgan. Thayer Hall too far in. That set was going out.
Definitely a little miscue there. They need to audible in that situation. when she's inside the court, maybe calling for a different set. I'm not exactly sure where the miscue was, but definitely not the right set.
6-1 run for Minnesota. 7-1 run for Minnesota.
Florida needs to settle down here, steady out their passing. They'll probably change the passing pattern a little bit. Yep, they're pulling Hammonds out. See if they can steady out this passing. Big swing from Hall off the top of the block. This is a smart swing. Again, you see her winding up and just blast off the top of Stanley.
Maybe that extra rest really helped Thayer Hall.
Maybe it did.
We only saw her the past 2 days in practice. Only played the back row, did not jump.
They're still being smart with what they're doing with her. And I tell you what, she's playing at a nice level right now.
Sixth service error for Florida. And the peaks and valleys in this match just continue. Minnesota was in a valley in the third set, and here they are on top of the mountain.
It's a funny game. This volleyball is a funny game. A lot of momentum.
Yeah, that should be a lift on Kramer. Double contact is what they call. Florida
Gets used. I've been there.
Kelly with a great dig. Too long from Rollins. Minnesota has had such scrappy back row play.
They have. Kelly has really been a highlight this match, laying out for it. Of course, Pittman just up there battling at the net. Rollins looking for hands or deep corner and just misses deep.
Sokolowski.
Man, I mean, she has really stepped up. Taking some big swings, starts with the dig by Hall, and nice rhythm play by Monserrat.
All 7 of Mia Sokolowski's kills have come in the last 2 sets. See if she can add on another one. Yes!
There it is.
A little momentum coming the Florida way.
Florida's defense stepping up. Riley Fisher, some big digs cross court. Takes a little bit off of that swing.
And Rollins puts a little bit more on that swing.
Sure did. Tell you, you look at her, you don't think she can crush the ball, but she can. She's got some heat in that shoulder and can get on the ball fast and hard.
Overpass. Minnesota knew it.
Some of the passing troubles continue for Florida.
Cece McGraw ready for it off the block. Florida in the net. Minnesota has 4 players in double-figure kills now.
That's what we're talking about. The balance, the offense. It's really nice to see them move the ball around, spread the love, but it's because of the ball control when they're passing well. They can do that.
It hit the antenna, point Minnesota. And Stephanie Samity is, by the way, is not one of those players in double-figure kills, but she has 16 dicks.
Right. Well, now she's playing some of those tips up the sideline instead of the off blocker. So she's kind of crashing in there. They're freeing up the outside hitters a little bit more.
Thayer Hall took everything she had and put it behind that swing.
Another big swing by Hall here. McGraw's in a nice spot. I mean, this is where you want to be. And that's a tough ball to dig. That's just on the edge of the middle blocker's arm.
And it's set point for Minnesota.
Set point, Minnesota.
Paige Hammonds extends it, still set point for Minnesota. Looking to force a 5th set.
Paige Hammonds, server.
Regan Pittman, 6 kills in this set, and we are going to a 5th.
When they need a swing and a kill, they're going to go to Pittman. She comes through one more time, and we're going to 5.
Florida 6-2 in 5 sets this season. Minnesota 3-1. The Gophers won the earlier meeting with Florida in September, but that was a 3-set sweep. This has been a totally different match. And now it doesn't matter what's happened in the first 4 sets. It is about who can get to 15 points first.
That's it, and it's going to come down to the old cliche, who's handling the ball better early so they can run their offense. That's been the key.
Good pass to start. They go to the middle, and Dooley.
Starts with a pass. This is where it's at. Passing the ball on the money, one-on-one in the middle. Advantage Florida.
Alexis Hart has been a go-to all night, leading Minnesota with 15 kills.
Both teams starting off nice, passing the ball well, able to run their offense.
Allie Carlton with the tip. Oh, there was a pancake in there by CeCe McGraw, but just didn't get up far enough off the court.
Smart tip by Carlton, forcing Samity to come all the way across. You'll see that's her responsibility. Playing the tip. Hard ball to get when you tip it right down the line.
I've loved Adana Rollins tonight.
Man, she's just been steady. She's been handling the ball okay, but really finding the court, smart swings, not too high or low emotionally, and not playing all over the place, just pretty steady.
12 kills for her, one of 4 players from Minnesota in double figures.
Kramer.
Back to Rollins they go. slips it through the defense of Minnesota.
Nice high line shot. Kylie Miller probably wishes she could get that one back. Kill Kelly's right there waiting for it. See Thayer Hall, they're ready for her to just blast this ball. She chops it back to the corner. Miller can't come up with it.
More kills than anyone on the floor. Thayer Hall has 16. Service error. Thayer Hall stepped on the line. It's going to be a macro attack.
You know, and that's one of those sets. She's done that twice already this match. If you haven't been doing it a ton over and over again, you got to find it. Where am I on the court? The setter has to find it perfectly. So that can happen when you take a little bit of time off.
And we haven't seen her over the last 2 days, today and yesterday in practice. No jumping for her as she's dealing with an injury, and for the first time wearing that big knee brace.
Man.
Wow, that was nice.
That was nice.
Woo.
That was a beautiful shot. To see McGraw come here, make that play. Man, a cut roll shot there by Rollins. Just a smart, smart play.
And Minnesota has served it 95 times, and they've only had 2 service errors, and their serve is bothering Florida. Golowski. Gregory there to keep it alive. Reagan Pittman says no.
Some big saves, big plays on the Florida side, but Florida can't come up with this ball. Keep it on their side of the net, and Pittman does what she does. Sees the empty part of the court, gets fired up.
14 kills. Thayer Hall's swing is long. She wants a touch.
They all do. They're calling for it. Rachel Kramer looks pretty sure. She was right there underneath it.
So Mary Wise will challenge for the first time. She'll have 3 challenges remaining. Rachel Kramer had a big impact early on in this match and has gone a little quiet.
Trying to get them fired up, hasn't had the opportunities to swing at the ball. It's hard when you're in middle and you're not passing well. You feel a little bit hopeless. Yeah, it's helpless, excuse me. So she's just trying to find ways, firing up her team as much as possible when she gets a swing.
What a block. Sokolowski and Dooley teaming up.
That'll get the team fired up. Man. Look at the timing on this block here. Presses over, and Pittman hits right into Sokolowski. Big block.
Rollins gets the touch call.
We'll see what their serving strategy is here if they try to jam some things up. Again, Dooley doesn't generally go behind. She might run behind, but they're not going to set her in this rotation.
Thayer Hall's swing is out. Minnesota 5 points away from the regional semifinal.
Florida trying to just mix it up, pull some blockers with running some different things. trying to find their best swing right now.
Winner goes to the regional final to take on Louisville. Paige Hammonds gets a piece of the Minnesota block.
Florida's still battling. Hammonds mixing up her shots, tipping over the top of the block. That doesn't score. Comes back to her. A nice swing high off the hands for the kill.
That's an easy decision for Kylie Miller.
Nice play by Kylie Miller. She doesn't do it a lot, but she does it at the right times. You see Dooley, they're pushing down, waiting, leaving Pittman one-on-one, and then they just leave Miller all alone.
Hammonds on the outside.
Nice swing by Hammonds, but a beautiful set by Monserrat. She's at about 20 feet off the net, keeps her in system, in rhythm to allow her to score.
Florida in the net. Man, Minnesota is playing like they remember last season when they lost. They were upset by Oregon in the regional semifinal when they had a shot. Carlton.
Rachel Kramer back in the game. Big swing by Carlton, who has had a fantastic night this evening. And now, man, it's hard to beat belief.
Yeah. We will have that regional final for you, match for you tomorrow at 8 Eastern. I've only done 10 sets of volleyball today, Salima. Don't give me that look. Or as our director, Matt Wilson, pointed out, 9.5. Because,
yeah.
Or 9. Because the fifth set, you only go to 15.
Yeah.
Pass tight, and they still get it to Kramer.
Monserrat just doing a fantastic job handling the ball. She was back row at the front row block as a jump with her, and Kramer comes up with a kill.
Samity blocked. Watch out.
And Thayer Hall is fired up. Big block. Look at this swing block move. I mean, that is textbook.
Match point, Minnesota. Thayer Hall's not done just yet. Still match point for the Gophers.
She is in their faces right now. We have time. Let's go. Monster swings by Hall.
Serena Hall. Samity can seal it. Minnesota won't be denied this time. They're going to the regional final. Eighth appearance in the regional final for the Golden Gophers, the third in the last 5 seasons.
Hugh McCutcheon coming through again.